Hey guys, welcome back to the Wreath Workshop. I'm Julie Siomacco, owner of Southern Charm Wreaths, where we teach you the art of wreath making and faux floristry. Today we're going to be making a spring tulip grapevine wreath. So come on in and join us. I've not made this wreath before. I just kind of grabbed some stuff out of my supplies. Let's see if we can make it come together nicely. This is our sign that we're going to be using. It says, "Hello, Spring." We've already attached our wires, so we're ready to rock and roll. Tell me, where are you guys watching from? Are you still snowed in? Are you living it up under the sunshine? Let me know, because it feels like everybody is all over the place. Let me show you the flowers we're going to be working with. So here is the sign. So I'm taking my color palette from that. We've got turquoise or aqua, yellow, we've got the green, we've got some little daisies, what else we have? And we've got that white, right? You could also incorporate black if you wanted to. So here's what I pulled over for my florals. I've got some ranunculus and the turquoise. That matches really pretty with the sign. I don't really have any daisies, but I have these white, inexpensive flowers. We used this in our Easter basket arrangement that we made last week. And then I have some daffodils. I think that will look cute with the daffodil sign. We've got some greenery. I've got some green that matches the green a little bit more. And then I also have some, what do you call those, magnolia leaves. And then we have a little more of an airy greenery for filler. And then let me show you the ribbon. So we have our 1.5 inch and our 2.5 inch. Isn't that pretty? So I think this is going to make for a, my goal is to have a very bright colored spring wreath. A lot of times we have spring wreaths that are pastel, right? Pastel in colors. And I think it's sometimes good to just mix it up and have some that are bright. And we're just going to feed this through our grapevine. So we're getting ready for our event in our Wreath of the Month Club group for our members only. We're going to be doing an Easter event called Bunnies and Blooms that starts next week. I'm excited about that. So we've been kind of putting together the kits and things like that for that event. That's going to be so fun. All right, let me just make sure that we don't have the sign, that we have enough room for flowers. I think that's good. I think I'm going to do it right there. Y'all let me know if you have any questions. I'm trying to get more onto a regular routine of going live on our page and also adding videos to our YouTube channel. I've had to take a little hiatus, if you will, in order to accomplish other goals, but now I'm trying to get back into it. So let me know if y'all ever want anything, if you looking for some design or something. We do have a lot on our YouTube channel and our website, southerncharmwreaths.com. All right, let's see if that's good and secure. Sometimes I have to pull out my needle nose pliers. And I want to turn that way, so I'm going to try to turn this way. Okay, that's good. We don't want the seesaw, we don't want it wobbling back and forth. And now I'm going to use my ribbon and get my floral gauge wire, which is 22 gauge, and I'm going to create my bow. All right, so you're just going to pinch your ribbon, all right? Pinch your ribbon in your 2 fingers. You can always use your bow maker if you want. And we've got tons of bow making videos, so I'm going to kind of go through this pretty fast. But this is we're making 12-inch loops. All right, and I'm going to use my mat, measure it out 12 inches for you, take it behind, away from me, and I'm going to pinch and pleat into those 2 fingers, all right? And then I'm going to twist the ribbon towards me, and then we're going to lay it down to 12 inches. Take it away from me, pinch and pleat. I think a lot of times people overthink the bow And I'm just here to tell you that you can always add, when you're making a wreath or a swag, you can always add ribbon loops later if you find you just wanted another one. I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. All right, so we've got 2 loops on one side, 1 loop on the other. And we're going to grab our, what do you call this? This is the 1.5 inch. And I'm going to reverse this. This is very thin, so it might not hold as much. We'll see. We're going to do 12 inches again. Let's do 1, 2, twist, and 3. Okay, so now we've got 3 loops on either side of our thumb. On this side, we've got 2 blue and 1 green, and on this side, we've got 2 green and 1 blue. Okay. Twist this. I'm going to cut this off short. I'm going to take this, I'm going to wrap it in the back, give us some length. Then trim that. Okay, and now let's put another little loop in the center. I think we're going to do 5 inches here. So that's going to be 10 inches on your mat. Pinch and pleat. Hi, Miss Tammy. And cut. 14 degrees. I just can't. I can't even fathom that. Here in South Carolina, we do not get that cold. And I'm glad. Okay, so that's the middle of our bow. So we've added the center, okay? You're going to turn over your bow and you're going to lift up your pointer finger and slide your wire around. It was so funny when I tried to teach him how to make a bow. He did pretty good too. All right, and just like that. Do you see how I am pinching this and I've got my wire tight. I'm going to pull the bow closer to me and the wire away from me. At the same time, I'm going to twist. Now let's go ahead and put this up on our easel so we know how to position this on our wreath. All right, here is the wreath that we just designed in our Wreath of the Month Club group. I love how it turned out. This was a kit that they had an option to purchase, and I showed them how to make it. I think it's really pretty. Their kits they could either do pink, blue, or purple or lavender. Isn't that fun? Like just a really pretty hydrangea wreath. It had really pretty hydrangea ribbon in it, and it's got all of the fullness and the texture, but this is what we do in our Wreath Making of the Month Club. So you guys come join us if you're ready to elevate your wreath making skills. All right, so we're going to put our wreath up here on the easel. I am using a 14-inch grapevine wreath on this project today. Let's move this down. I think I'm going to do it here. We'll position it later when we get our ribbon. When we get our florals added and our hanger added. Okay, so where's my longer streamer? We'll do that one here. And I think I'm going to put it right even Steven across. This is a very skinny wreath. Lots of, we need some florals to go in here, so let's see if we can make it work. We've got this so far, right? And now I'm going to trim my streamers back. So at this point you can dovetail by just folding them in half and cutting them on an angle. I'm going to go ahead and start with some greenery. This is going to help to establish more of a base for our flowers. So we're just going to add some of this Magnolia leaves. So this is what I teach our Wreath of the Month Club members all the time. We have our focal, okay, and then we have our floral arrangement. Our floral arrangement has a binding point, and that is where our ribbon is. So our bow is the center of our binding point. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that our florals radiate from that area. So anything that you insert above your bow, you're going to push your stems towards the ground. Anything that's going below the bow, you're going to push your stems towards the ceiling. The side, same thing, but you're just going to push it down and bend it out. You're going to put it up and then bend it out. So once you get your florals added, you are able to bend them around because they're silk flowers, right? But you do want to take the time to manipulate them so that they have a realistic look. And then what else? I think that's it. So let's get started. You're going to want to make sure that you go with the grain of the grapevine. I'm going to go above my bow right now, and we'll do one below. You can wrap all of these again. I think I'm going to go ahead and just use my steel pick machine, which just clamps everything together. And then we're going to put this one below. Lift it up. Just going to dip it in our glue. Okay, let's do this one on the inside, I guess. Okay, so we've got some greenery going on. Let's see if I want to add another little bit of greenery. If your leaves are a little wrinkled, you can always pull out the steamer. Okay, so we've got that one there, and now we can add in little pieces of green. We've got a fern. And then we've got this one. I don't want the rough edges. I want to cut that clean. We're going to dip it in our glue. So you see how we're layering. Let's go up here with this one to create a shape with our greenery. All right, so now we have a little more foundation for our florals, okay? So let's go back to our silk flowers. So now we're gonna, working from the bow, we're gonna add one up here. Okay, and then do the same thing. We're gonna do the opposite though. So that one was up here, so now we're coming down here. All right, so you're just working back and forth. We got our daffodils added. All right, so the next thing we want to add, we've got our focal flowers. We have, that is laying on a bed of greenery, right? So that's our foundation, is the greenery. And we've got our sign attached. The next thing we want to add is our filler flowers. All right, so that's going to be these ranunculus in the turquoise. Now these are long, so sometimes we keep them long and sometimes we don't. Don't be afraid to cut your stems. Sometimes the greenery leaves work and then sometimes they don't. So like right here, I'm going to cut some of these off. It's like, I don't know, it's just not Looking good. I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut that off too. Okay, now let's start adding. We've got one that has the 3. Okay. Working closest to our bow. That's going to be bright on somebody's door. Okay, so now we're going to look at our sign. We've got a little bit of daisies. So let's add some white. I'm going to go ahead and cut some of these a little shorter. Okay. So we got a little bit of white going on. Pretty pretty. That's super cute. Okay, do I want to add any more greenery? So at this point, you can stop, right? It's all up to you how much you want to add. And wreath making is about layering. So you could stop here, or you could add something. I like to add texture. So I'm going to add, I think I'm going to add a little bit of this. Let's see. It's very airy, so it's not going to, make it bulkier. Next week, in our Wreath of the Month Club group, we're going to host our Bunnies and Blooms, and we're going to be making a very vibrant teardrop swag for Easter. I'm super excited about that. You can see how we're just using this to fill in. It's like it's not a baby's breath, but it's very dainty. It's very airy. So it's adding the texture without adding the bulk. All right, so now this is where I would look at filling in with any greenery, like a boxwood type of greenery if you need it, but I don't think I need it. I think it looks good. I don't think I need to add anything to fill in. This is really pretty greenery because it's got the yellow greenery. I can't help myself. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. So like I said, you could stop. I love mixing up the greenery. If you add about 3 types of greenery to your wreaths, it adds so much more color texture. Color depth. And then also mixing up your leaf style, it adds a different texture. I'm not going to add more than one of these though. Just one bush. All right, so we did one here and one there. I'm going to come over here and see if I can add one over on the side. If you are new to watching us, try to give us a follow so that you can be notified when we do live again. I'm going to put it down here. I love this greenery. It was a good call at it. We've got all of our flowers added. We still have a couple pieces if you could ever need to fill in. Let's go through and add a couple more ribbon streamers. I like to add these last. I have more control over where to put them. So I'm going to put this one down here. I gotta find my way though through all the green. One of these. You could always put another piece of ribbon up here. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. That way it looks like our bow just kind of goes all over the place. It's a lot of pretty flowers for a bold look for your front door. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Let me know if you have any questions below. Don't forget to comment and let me know below, like, what's your favorite flower, and also give us a follow so that you don't miss the next time we do a live or we upload a video. Okay? Bye.